Hey everybody, and welcome to World Cinema Breakdown, or in short, WCB. As usual, this is Utkarsh Reja, and I'm excited that you could join me here for today's video. Before I dive into today's video, I just wanted to remind everyone that I'm so close to 250 subscribers, so please help me in reaching my goal. And I know all of you will by hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And while you're at it, hit the bell icon so that you get every notification every time I drop a new video. And also, for these particular videos, these episode reviews, these take a lot longer than most of my other videos do, so I would very much appreciate a quick upvote, the like button, so please click the like button after watching this video. So as you've seen the title, today's video is about All of Us Are Dead, episode 5. So this was a crazy episode, as each subsequent episode has only gotten crazier as the plot has gone on, but I think this particular episode was interesting because of a lot more new developments that we see happen. And this was probably the first episode since the very first one that didn't have a cliffhanger, so that was interesting. But it starts off with our archery crew, and I'm very excited about them because they're always constantly in motion trying to make things happen, and they clearly know how to survive. And the lead of that archery crew, Hari, she's looking for her brother, and I'm pretty sure the brother is one of the main students from our main crew, and which does end up happening, or which is something we end up finding out later in this episode. But soon after, we see the scenes in the city and the turmoil and the chaos that's happening in the city.
좀 도와주세요. 돌아가라.
주 예수 그리스도께서 너희는 나의 아들이냐 아니면 악마의 아들이냐 묻지 않을 것입니다.
This is not unexpected by any means because even in the real world, every time this kind of a situation happens and there's a lot of refugees, most people don't want to accept refugees, especially in a crisis like this where you might be potentially spreading a virus to other people. Is it acceptable? No. But is it human nature? Absolutely. And soon after we see this crisis situation unfold, we finally get to see the result of the cliffhanger that the previous episode ended on. So exactly as I had predicted in the previous video, the cliffhanger is probably going to lead to nothing happening because I think at this point it's been established that Cheong-San is probably one of the main characters and the most important characters, and we're going to keep seeing him in these type of situations and nothing will happen. So, flash news, he has plot armor. But besides plot armor, this plot armor thing is further established by the fact that he walks in on our bully literally murdering the principal, and of course he does murder the principal, and then there's this chase sequence which was really cool in the library with a lot of cool stunts and cool cinematic shots from different angles. He literally escapes every situation where he should have probably died. And then of course he fights with the bully and he stabs the bully in his I believe left eye and with a phone, and that scene was really unexpected, and I wanted to put that in this video, but that was probably too graphic for most people, so I decided not to. But then we finally see the bully getting eaten up by zombies, so it's good riddance, or so we thought. And finally, when Cheong-San does settle down, he's trying to call the emergency number, and then on the same side we see that the archery team has finally reached a laptop or reached a computer, and they're trying to log on to the internet to maybe be able to contact someone, and this happens.
효율적인 작전 수행을 위해 현재 시간을 기해 효산 시내의 휴대폰, 일반 전화, 인터넷을 포함한 모든 유무선 통신을 제한하겠습니다.
I understand that the government had a positive intention and they were trying to suppress all the fake rumors, the false rumors, and not spread panic in the city or the country for that matter, the country of Korea. But I think shutting down all forms of communication is only going to grow the panic, or at least that's what I would think. If I was in a situation like this and I can't even call anyone, talk to anyone, reach out to anyone, I would only panic even more. So I'm not sure if this was the right way to do this. Maybe they could have just shut off certain websites like Facebook or something, but yeah, I mean, and the consequence of this, as we saw in the show, our main character Cheong-San, he breaks down. While the show does have many of its flaws, But one thing I've seen it repeatedly do correctly is the fact that it keeps on humanizing our main characters, especially the ones that we consider brave, like Cheong-San. He's dealt with so many different things in such a brave manner, but even this person, when he realizes there is no hope, he breaks down. And this is especially sad considering the last hour he's been through so much to even be able to get to this position, to be able to make this phone call, and all for nothing. And while this is going on, we see our main crew, and they're finally taking matters into their own hands instead of just sitting around when Eunjo suggests, why don't they fix the drone that Junyoung was building? And she says she'll go get the parts, and then Junyoung volunteers to go with her as well.
드론 있으면 좋을 것 같아. 청산이도 찾아보고 밖에 어떤지 살펴볼 수도 있으니까. 상황 되면 메시지 적어서 구조 요청도 할 수 있고. 아이, 좋아. 다 좋은데. 비품실은 누가 가?
내가 갈게. 나 소방학교 체험도 했고 밧줄도 타봤어.
I'm glad that we're finally getting to see our main crew do something besides sitting around, because it was kind of getting stale to see them sit around for, I believe, almost 2 episodes now. They've been in that spot for, 2 full episodes, and we haven't really seen them do anything, and they kind of need to do something to drive the plot forward. But speaking of some other characters, I'm really enjoying the chemistry between the detective as well as the other person who's been tagging along with him, because they're clearly not very alike. One is very brave, one is a coward, so to speak, and one is very quick thinking and quick-witted, while the other one kind of just follows him along and usually disagrees. And they finally, to seek refuge, they reach the chicken shop and they find the baby.
아니 학생이면 학교에 있어야지 왜 통닭집에서 왜 저러지 왜 또 저기
I'm still trying to figure out the purpose of this baby in the show, because is this baby just here to tug at our emotional heartstrings and make us worry about the baby, or are we going to see a zombie baby eventually? But who knows? And before I move on from the 2 characters I just mentioned, the detective and the person tagging along with him, they said something very important this episode, that their goal, they're trying to reach somebody in authority so that they can explain to them that the solution to this might potentially lie in the laptop in the science lab at the school. But elsewhere, we go back to our main crew, and they are able to acquire the drone, and using the drone, they do confirm that Cheong-San is still alive. And once they're able to do that, they take the drone to the rest of the city, and they're hit with a hard truth, the harsh reality that things are not okay. The entire city has been taken down, so to speak. And that moment was obviously very emotional, because not only did we just see their entire hope just being taken away from them, we also see that one of the students just breaks into tears because she sees her family, she sees her parents, have turned into zombies, and that's the first time it probably became real for them, because so far, they were probably just thinking, oh, outside things are okay, our parents are definitely fine, but now they're realizing, no, even our parents are definitely not okay, and, now they know that some of their parents are already dead. But just shifting the scene a little bit to the politician and, the assemblywoman, as well as the firefighters, we see that they're finally able to get rescued. I'm glad that this scene was shown in great detail, and we get to see the entire condition of the entire refugee camp, because it shows you how dire the situation is, that there's soldiers all masked up, or all wearing these high-level masks so nothing can penetrate them, and they're taking it so seriously they're not even listening to the assemblywoman, who probably has so much authority and power had it not been martial law. But they're not letting anybody get through to them, because they understand that they are the last defense between this virus spreading from Yeosan to other parts of the country. And besides this great scene, one thing that's not great is the fact that we find out that our bully is one of the immune people. Now we have 2 people that are immune in the show so far. The girl Yoonji, who was bullied, and then her bully himself. So it's just a weird combination. And of course, the show decides to give the immunity to the two most destructive characters in the show so far. But I guess with the whole plot armor thing that I was explaining, I guess it applies to the bully as well, because they do need, quote unquote, like a bad guy that our main crew of people would have to fight against, because just dealing with the zombies alone is not enough excitement, I guess. But overall, a pretty good episode because a lot of new revelations did happen, you know, including the fact that our bully is now a zombie, or sorry, he's a half zombie, kind of. I don't know what to call them. But, the fact that this is possible means this leads way for other characters in the future to be in such a way. But I'm excited to watch episode 6 and find out more. Until then, keep on liking, subscribing, and commenting the video because the comments help a lot. But until next time, peace.